You know, I'm gonna put that in the video. Hey guys, I am here with my friend Huzefa, who has this 488 Spider now. We did the review and the ownership video, and back when you had an Aventador, we filmed a video about the things you hate about it.
Right.
And that proved to be popular. And now with the Ferrari, there are things you also dislike about it, right?
There are a decent amount of things. Yeah, I mean, yep.
Okay,
Sure.
All right, let us start from the beginning. I will follow you around as you walk us through the car and tell us what do you hate about your 488 Spider.
Yeah, no problem. So one thing is the hood, okay? The hood,
The frunk?
The frunk, it's a little hard to open, it's a little annoying. Like, you really need small fingers, skinny fingers. Like, this is the opening, and you have to lift it here with your fingers, pop it up. If you have fat fingers, you're gonna have a hell of a time opening this this frunk.
You're a fat-fingered dentist.
Small fingers, that helps. So otherwise, you're gonna have a really hard time with this trunk.
I have noticed that too, actually. When you pop it, it does not. There's not a huge separation, so it's difficult.
Which is kind of annoying.
People are gonna say, okay, before we get too deep into this, to everybody who's gonna complain, it's like, oh, it's a Ferrari, you can't. These are so stupid things. These are valid things when you're living with the car and you own it.
Yeah, you're using it day to day, so
yeah.
You notice this stuff, and you figured, you think that they would kind of engineer it a little bit more user friendly, but I don't think they gave a shit, to be honest with you.
Next up.
All right, next up, what else did we say? The door handles, yes. Door handles, I mean, dude, this is Ferrari. I mean, this is 2017, this model. I mean, this looks really cheap and chintzy. I think it looks really tacky. I mean, come on, Ferrari. I mean, most, like the McLaren and stuff, they have cool door handles. It like goes in here, they're hidden. I mean, this shit is like, you know, to me it's dated. I mean, why would you do it?
So
like
from the 458 to this, they changed it. It's, I think, lower, and it's like re-sculpted to be more aerodynamic.
Yeah, quote unquote aerodynamic,
Yeah.
But it looks really tacky.
But it's
honestly.
carbon fiber, dude. This probably was $400.
I know, but still, I think it's tacky.
You don't like it?
I think it's tacky because, like I said, McLaren invented it. Like, they have cool designs. I mean, the door handles are like tucked in, they're hidden, which is sweet. I mean, this thing, it kind of sticks out like a shark fin. Kind of looks a little.
I'm gonna start taking bets on which of the things you hate about your car is gonna get the most hate in the comments. And I think this might be it. Oh, this stupid Ferrari owner doesn't like his door handles. I personally, they're really low to reach.
Yeah, I mean,
it is a supercar, but
it is. I mean, it's a low. It sits low in general.
Yeah.
I don't think it's hard to get to. I just think it looks tacky.
All right, I'm gonna talk about the next one because you don't even know how to.
That's right. Hopefully, I never have to use it.
So the next thing that is, this is actually universal for pretty much all modern Ferraris, is how to jump start it. So in a Lamborghini, like a Gallardo or Huracan R8, your battery's in the front. Obviously, engine's in the back. They put the battery up there. In Ferraris, if you ever have to jump start your car, you're gonna have a bad day. It's back underneath here. So there's these two things. You have to unscrew. This is a really awkward angle holding the camera and doing this at the same time. So let's just fast forward.
Make sure you put it back together.
I will put your car back together, calm down. So you unscrew this, it actually has a Ferrari prancing horse on it. This entire panel drops down there. And you have like no space. Look at where the terminals are.
Yeah,
it's trying to get jumper cables in there, in your passenger footwell, to jumpstart your Ferrari is not gonna be fun. So whenever you park it, you always put trickle charger.
Yeah,
the trickle charger hooks up in the back. Right there.
Right there.
That is where the trickle charger connects. So you absolutely have to hook it up to a trickle charger because if you want to jumpstart your Ferrari, you gotta do that. It's down under here. It's awkward. It's inconvenient. It's kind of weird that they put it over here.
Eddie's gonna use his Michigan engineering degree to put the screw in the cover to try to get there, and he's having a hell of a time. So this is really cheap. I mean, this is like a $345,000 sticker on the car, and this is a shit you get. I mean, look at this. It's really cheap visors. I mean, Dude, this is cheaper. Like, my Jeep Grand Cherokee has a much better visor than this. It is annoying. I mean, it looks like it's gonna just fall off and rip apart.
Oh wow, that did.
So it's pretty cheap looking, and I was like, man, I mean,
It's
come on,
leather,
Ferrari.
leather with Alcantara inside, and it's stitched with red stitching. But you're right, it's super thin, and because the pivot point is right there,
Yeah, instead of the middle, it's
and it's not adjustable.
right.
It doesn't go anywhere. You can't go to the side. So okay, all right.
That's a
You might get a little bit of hate.
I know, people are like, oh, what the F is wrong with him?
Yeah.
He's nitpicking for this. But hey, I mean, when you spend that much money on a car, you expect some things to be, I guess, better than a Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Okay, now we're in the car. Got a couple more things to talk about. So you used to own a 458 Spider. It was actually it was a coupe.
A 458 coupe.
It was one of your favorite cars you've ever had.
Yeah, it was a sweet car.
And one of your complaints with the 488 relates to that in what way?
Okay, so one issue is that they're very similar styling, okay? Even though you said, like, you kind of ripped on the 488 styling. You're like, oh, it's not that great.
I don't like it as much as the 458.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, to me, the 458 part starts looking a little dated now, and I personally feel that this one looks more aggressive. I think they did a great job. I mean, I told you, they killed it with the 458 styling. But the thing is, this gets confused with the 458 almost all the time. Like, to regular lay people who look at Ferraris, they don't know too much about them. They're like, oh, you got the 458. Oh, you got the 4.
Even car people. Because when you first got it and I was posting on Instagram or whatever, I had at least 5 or 6 people DM me back and be like, stop checking your Snapchat on your Apple Watch.
Shut up.
They DM'd me and were like, oh, did you get it at 458? I was like, no. This is a 488. So people, I mean, it's the same.
Yeah, I know.
The rear end styling got the same single
very similar
tail lights.
Yeah, I mean,
exhaust is different, but the front end, it was a more like a mid-cycle refresh and a completely changed. Like 430 to 458 look nothing alike.
Of course, yeah. Huge difference.
Okay, I can see that. So you hate how.
So that's kind of I mean, you're spending a lot more for the 488.
Yes.
And people get it confused with the 458. So it's kind of like.
Huzefa really wants people to know how much you spent on his Ferrari.
I would like that. I would like them to think that I bought it new and I paid sticker.
Oh jeez. All right, next up, you actually don't think this thing, overall, we're still talking about styling, you don't think it looks aggressive enough?
Yeah, I kind of, like when you compare it to the Lambo Aventador, I thought killed it in design.
Yes.
Even McLaren 720, that to me looks really, really nice.
The doors go up.
The doors go up, which is a bonus. I like that. And I think the styling on the McLaren 720S and the Aventador, to me, are still far superior than Ferrari styling. I kind of just feel like Ferrari is getting a little lazy. I don't know. That's my impression of Ferrari right now. Even though I bought a Ferrari.
Yeah, I'm starting to question why did you choose this car? You're like, it doesn't look good enough. And this and this and that.
Right. I still bought one.
And it drives amazing. It drives.
So that's the cool thing. The drive is really fun. I mean, this drives awesome, and I still think it sounds good. It handles them extremely well. So those are cool.
There are things you obviously we're nitpicking.
We're nitpicking
with the
honestly.
the things we hate about it.
Right. We are nitpicking. I mean,
it's still a 600 plus horsepower twin turbo V8 mid-engine Ferrari. Right. I will say I think it looks plenty exotic. It's still very clearly mid-engine, and you got it in Ferrari resale red, so it's very obviously a Ferrari.
Right.
And yours is loaded with carbon fiber.
That helps.
Compared, I think you're missing the fact that Aventador looks like the Batmobile. It's nothing short of a hypercar can match like Aventador SV to turn heads.
Yeah, I know. They look amazing. I mean, it looks amazing. And even a McLaren, I think
you
McLaren
had nowhere to go though.
A lot of heads
because you wouldn't buy an SV. And you didn't feel like buying a Chiron
right
now, so
no, I cannot afford a Chiron. Trust me, I'm stuck with the big three. That's it. I mean,
big three,
which is Ferrari, Lambo, Porsche. That's it. I will not move away from that.
I've never heard them refer to them as that.
That's the big.
Usually, big three is GM, Ford, and Chrysler.
I mean,
which you still partake in.
Which I partake in a lot of that.
Right. So the last issue you have is more Ferrari as a brand overall, not the 488 specifically. And it's because they're a public company now.
They're a publicly traded company now, so they
what's their ticker? It's like speed
or
fast?
Race.
Oh, race. That's what it is. Race. Yeah.
RACE.
Yes.
So sweet ticker.
No, it's spelled RAICE.
Well, of course, I know you like rice a lot, so you think about rice 24/7.
All right. What about Ferrari being a public company do you dislike?
Okay, so now what's happening with Ferrari, good or bad, kind of bad for resale value, is they're pumping out models like crazy. Before you had to wait for a Spider to come out. Now the Spider is going to, of the 488 comes out almost immediately. The
F8.
Tributo,
F8,
now the
yeah,
F8
F8's out.
Tributo Spider is it already out? It is. See,
But I haven't seen like an F8 coupe delivered yet. So
I've seen some. I thought I've seen an F8.
they're just starting. But usually you have to
they're
wait
just
like a
starting.
year or two before they.
So that's the thing. They're going to pump out a lot of models really quick to keep their investors happy. Before they did not do that, and it was kind of difficult getting a Spider model, or it took a while to get it. They wouldn't come out right away. So those things are changing now in Ferrari. It's not really exclusive or as exclusive as they try to make it out to be.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a negative. I mean,
think
that's what you're going to see.
I think what's even more indicative is the higher end limited models like a Pista. Before Scuderia, even the Speciale was supposedly a more limited car. Now I don't think they specifically kept the Pista or Pista Spider. And it seems like there's a lot of them now.
They are, There
It's
are
like,
a lot of Pistas.
You want to order
now.
one, you can have one.
Yeah,
You still have
yeah.
to play the games of buy a GTC for Lusso first, and a
Right.
T and a Portofino, and now you can spend $400,000.
Kind of. I mean, I've talked to Pista owners who said, Ferrari wanted them to buy the, the GTC,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like, no, I don't want that car. And like, okay, fine, just get a 488 Spider and then dump the Spider when your Pista comes. And that was good enough. And so a lot of guys are getting Pistas after the 488 Spider. I don't think the Pista is as exclusive again as Ferrari makes it out to be.
Yeah.
They're pumping out a lot of Pistas now.
Okay. And
So-
and you think the root cause is the fact that they're a publicly traded
Yeah.
company now.
Yep.
So it's just, it's
They're
becoming.
they're more about volume now than
They're doing an SUV soon.
Yes, and they're going to, of course,
20,
get into SUV
yeah.
game. I mean, there's a lot of money to be made. Lambo is seeing that with the Urus. I mean, so of course Ferrari is going to have to go into that, and they're going to make a ton of money on the SUV as well.
It's a little bit diluting the brand, I think, right? And
That's the thing. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. I mean, it's going to make Ferrari a ton of money with the SUV. A lot of people are looking forward to buying that.
But I think what Ferrari has been superior to a lot of other companies is the brand value. It's like one of those strongest brands in the world in terms of recognition.
Yep.
Because they've kept that exclusivity. And then the resale value also. Like, if you want to buy a 2012 458 that's like a good option, clean one, you're spending at least 180. You want to buy a 2012 Lamborghini like a Vita Gallardo, it's like 120.
Isn't that crazy?
There is a massive delta there that Ferraris preserve values really well, and I wonder how long that's going to stay.
Yeah, they usually have in the past, especially compared to Lambo. Like Ferrari, brand new. As far as I know, they don't give discounts on brand new cars. Lambo does. Lambo, of course, McLaren does as well.
Mm-hmm.
So Ferrari does not. I mean, I've tried to negotiate on new Ferraris, and they do not budge at all on the
You're
price.
lucky you're not paying markup.
Yes, I was like, man, I'm surprised you. And they refuse to budge on brand new. They will not budge.
Okay.
Which is shocking, kind of. In this day and age, you'd think everyone would budge on
Yeah,
price.
I mean, you
but
can get discounts on
Ferrari does not.
Okay, all right.
So far. I mean, I think they're going to continue that. So that is unique about Ferrari. I will say that. Lambo, like I said, 10% off sticker is usually where you can, negotiate with the Lambo dealer on a brand new one. And then McLaren, I don't know. I haven't really researched a McLaren brand new, but
Ferrari, if
they
you
do
get
give
like a
discounts.
lightly used one or something, if you're buying it off the lot, I think you might be able to get a discount. If it's off the
off the lot meaning what? Still brand new or?
Yeah, off the lot, already spec'd. I think it's when you want to order one, they won't let you do it.
Honestly, even I've tried to negotiate with dealers because they said they had a model that came out, that was already ordered. Oh, jeez, what the F are you doing? Yikes, man, impatient in Birmingham. But
Yes.
I talked to a dealer that had one that got delivered, and then their client bailed out on it. They're like, our client has some financial issues.
Oh, cancel.
So we need to sell this. And I said, okay, what's the discount on it? He goes, there's no discount. I'm like, what? You need to get rid of something that some client ordered, and there's no discount on it. And you're like, yeah, take it. You didn't even pick the options out, but they're like, oh, there's no discount. I'm like, huh?
That may be a dealer by dealer thing. I don't know
that
as a
could be.
rule, but
Right.
okay, that is the. Have we covered everything?
Yeah. I think
Everything.
so.
There's
I
everything
think
you
so.
hate
Yeah.
about the 48.
So exclusivity is dying out in the Ferrari for sure,
Yeah.
and exoticness is debatable. I mean, I think it still looks cool,
I think you're
but
spoiled, dude.
yeah, maybe I am. I mean,
Because you're coming from an Aventador.
I'm coming from an Aventador, which I probably is the peak of exoticness and like, you know,
For you or in general?
for me, that's the
Oh.
peak. So now,
Nah.
you know, and I think even McLaren, I really do love how the 720S McLaren looks compared to the Ferrari, the 488. Even the Tributo does not look to me amazing.
You're making your car sound bad.
Am I making it sound bad?
No.
Well, I mean, it's 5 things I hate about the Ferrari. So
I think it was 6 things.
oh, so
It's
yeah,
become
so
12.
all right, so I added another one.
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I still love driving it, and I'm gonna keep it for a while. But regardless, I do wish. Those are some of the issues. Man, those guys smell like weed back there. Jeez, it's like a skunk coming in here, man. Gross.
You know you're supposed to stop before the pedestrian crosswalk.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's no pedestrian, so Mr.
Yeah, you ran him over.
I follow all the rules over here.
We hope you guys liked this video. We think it was definitely worth making. Every car is not perfect.
Correct.
And there's always something a downside. And you actually brought this up. You're like, hey, we should talk about the things I hate about my Ferrari. I was like, okay, it's gonna get hate.
I don't care.
People in the comments gonna complain.
Yeah, they will.
I think it's very valid because some of these things, like the way to jumpstart a Ferrari, is just dumb. And I talked to other owners. I was like, hey, what do you dislike about your Ferrari?
I know,
And a
it's so
lot of them were
dumb.
like, you ever tried to jumpstart a Ferrari? I was like, no. This is how you do it. I was like, whoa, that's actually really bad. And
Yeah.
like, you cannot argue that that is a good way to jumpstart your car. Anyways, check out the rest of the videos. We did the full review and the ownership interview with Huzefa. And
Yay.
yay. Thanks for watching, guys.